Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, or that good evening, my dear students. Actually, this is that video class after long days. I'm going to start in that YouTube. Actually, this video I'm going to recording only for that specially for the G Omega NEET and the JE Allied 25 batch students. And okay, so that remaining that another students which is already subscribed to my channel, so they can also. Okay, so now we are going to uh, learning like. Chemistry, 11th class, hydrocarbon, alkanes better. Okay. So actually the theory part is completed, but due to that lack of the time, just I'm explaining that practicing these that MCQs through this that online class. So I hope you understood well. Okay. Chalo. Now let us go to that first question. Okay, guys, so let us know that first one. See, guys, that before going to explain, I would like to say that here a few in this MCQs practice sheet. Just no need to practice the total number of the questions. Only that few questions. Only just we need to practice that. That remaining one, you guys like that you can practice in your material modules. Okay. So first one, see the question first. See guys, like that, suppose if you are unable to see that properly, that screen, just you can rotate your device just in that vertical manner and just you can zoom the screen also. Otherwise, just I can zoom. Okay. Chalo guys. So what is the first question, madam? What is the first question? Hmm, the most important method which is need to be that prepare our that hydrocarbons. So hydrocarbons means here we need to prepare. Actually, we are learning about that alkanes. Huh? So, but in this question, he is asking to preparation of that hydrocarbons. So, uh, maybe alkane or alkene or alkyne. The chances are there like that he is asking. Okay, now. So, see, the most important method of that preparation of hydrocarbons, like maybe the alkane or alkyne, whatever it may be. Of that lower carbon number, he is asking, see, but this is that important one. So, while reading that question, see guys, like that for the, especially for that NEET point of view, that NEET students, you will get that question paper. So that's why whenever you find that some that important line, you need to underline like this. That and that JE means guys that okay is not possible, but you better to look carefully that question. Okay. So here he is asking that lower carbon number means we need to find out that these type of that hydrocarbons from higher carbon to higher to lower. So how it is possible, beta? Tell me. Huh? See, the preparation of this that objective point of view means the students whenever they uh, clearly read this that question, so no need to check out that options better. Okay, now, as I told in that class, in that regular class, a perfect student they won't look after that options. So by that question only, first you need to write down that data, like the clear data you need to write down. Okay, after that, whenever you got a thought on that answer, then you need to look after the options, whether it be the A, B, C, D. Okay, but few of the students they directly enter to this that option that is that wrong method for that attempting the objective exam. Okay. See, so higher hydrocarbons should be converted to lower hydrocarbon and heating the compound. That's it. ఏం చేస్తామని దానికి on heating. Okay. Heat చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది బేట? What happens? uh, they're going to split into that lower hydrocarbon. Then chalo, then lower hydrocarbons should be converted to hydrocarbon, like hydrogenation, catalytic hydrogenation, right? So this is that one extra point you need to note over here. So see, here I'm taking that higher. Higher means mm, which hydrocarbon? Mm, which hydrocarbon like that? Okay, N is equal to 6. Let me one example. See, here I am taking C4H, 4 to the 8 plus 2, 10. So C4H10. Here I taken that butane. Okay. So whenever it is undergoes that heated, not in the presence of oxygen, in the absence of oxygen means it should be that pyrolysis. So pyrolysis of higher carbon number of hydrocarbons హీట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది దట్ C4 is going to be split into maybe chances are there like that CH4 ఒక కార్బన్ వచ్చేసింది సో రిమైనింగ్ ఇట్ విల్ బి C3H8 possibilities are there. Okay, but here please get the balancing of that hydrogens better. Hydrogens are balanced or not? Here 10 hydrogens, but here CH4. Suppose if it is that split into only that one carbon and three plus one, four carbons, okay, balance. But hydrogen should we need to get only 10. Mm, let it be this is that propane and that methane వచ్చింది అనుకుందాం. But what about guys like that here 8 plus 4, 12 hydrogens are there. So no, ఇది కాకుండా ఇది తీసుకో. C6H 6 2s are 10 plus 2 12 according to the general formula of an alkane. Chalo. Whenever it undergoes that heated means that pyrolysis. Pyrolysis means that heating the compound in the absence of oxygen. Okay. ఏమొచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది చలో let us try for that methane and butane formula C4 10 10 plus 4 14 hydrogens are coming again but 4 plus 1 5 so not possible yeah not this one. Mm, okay, we'll do one thing. One is that C2H4. Okay, C2H4 ఒకటి తీసుకున్నా ఇక్కడ కూడా వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంది ఇప్పుడు C2H4 means that ethene. Okay, and the remaining 2 means here it required that 4. Here we are already taken that 4 hydrogens. So remaining how many hydrogens are there? 4 అంటే ఇంకా ఎన్ని రావాలి బెట్ట 8. 8 అంటే 4 2s 8 అంతేగా C2H4 C4H8 चलो 8 plus 4 12 4 plus 2 6. Okay, now it is balanced. So ఏమొచ్చిందన్న ఇప్పుడు హ్యాపెన్ సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఒకటి ఆల్కీన్ వచ్చింది మరి isn't it na? Here we got that alkene that means that we need to remove the two hydrogens and plus 2 hydrogens so that means here one alkane will come the C4H10. Now count beta 4 plus 10 14 and we need to remove that hydrogen sorry not that added we need to remove that 2 hydrogens from this that hydrocarbon of that alkane. Then alkene double bond will be formed isn't it? So the first option is the right answer. That's why. So hydrocarbon, whatever that higher hydrocarbon, when it is undergoes that pyrolysis, we will get that lower carbon numbers. Okay, and that electrolysis salt of fatty acids. Just you better to check out our that notes better. Like electrolysis of salt of that fatty acids means that like CS3COO, KRNA, like that. We are already learning that class. Okay. Yes, Sabatier Senderens reaction is also is not there in our that notes, but I will tell you. It's the direct synthesis. So mostly we will prefer for that first option. Chalo, go to that second one. The solid methane is. Go to the second question. The solid methane. Methane is that mostly is present in that gases form. What is the formula of methane? CH4 is mostly present in that gases form. Okay. And at what time this that methane gas is converted to solid? He's asking. Solid అంటే అది ionic state లో ఉన్నప్పుడు methane ionic state లో possible అవుతుందా but CH4 like how CH3 and H. H is that plus CH3 will be minus. No, it is present in that ionic form. Yeah, whenever the ionic form, like plus sign that minus, it is present in that ionic solid. Covalent solid means that it should be that liquid form. Liquid form lo unnadu. But so the solid form that methane is nothing but that molecular solid. So first option. When any gaseous molecules is it comes close to each other and forms in that molecule, then it is converted to solid form. Clear, Nana? Chalo, next go to the third one. Very good question. Okay. See, one of the sample is given. What is the sample? 2 comma 3 dibromo 3 methyl pentane. Okay. So how to write this one? See, how am I writing? See, first that pentane is given. So first you need to write out that 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm trying to give that numbers from left to right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second and the third carbon, two bromines should be attached. Second carbon and the third carbon, two bromines. And the third carbon, methyl should be there. Let's say in the third carbon, one methyl. See, now get the balancing by keeping the hydrogens. 3, 1, 2, 3 means only one hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no need to keep the hydrogen. Here two hydrogens and here three hydrogens. Okay, guys, clear? Chala. ఇప్పుడు is heated. Chala bhai. If this compound is that heated with the zinc dust, yeah, whenever that zinc dust is given, I told you already. What is that? Zinc dust is used to what? Huh? Guess, Nana. Zinc dust is used for what? To removal of halogens. Means dehalogenation is used for what? Dehalogenation. అంటే ఇక్కడున్న ఈ టూ హాలోజన్స్ ని we need to remove అన్నమాట. చూద్దాం ఇక. So let us see. So zinc dust. The resulting product. చలో first let us write that product after removal of this bromine. Chalo, how to write? So that means that after removal of this one and this one, here we will get the double bond. Single bond is converted to double bond. Then how can we write the product? See guys, how am I writing? CH3, CH. See, here the double bond will be acquired. C is already CH3 is there. Okay. And CH2, CH3. Okay. So that product is obtained like this. Clear, beta? Okay. And what is that byproduct now? Byproduct ఏమవుతుంది? These two bromines is that reacts with that zinc is we removed as that zinc bromide ZnBr2. Clear? Chala. Now we got that product. This one, the resulting product. This one. Now we got this is the resulting product. Clear? Chala. It is isolated and heated with that HI and the E compound and again their isolation and that heating with what? Hydrogenated. That is the reducing agent we know, isn't it? So what is that reaction? It may be red phosphorus plus hydrogen iodide. Huh? So in that class we are already we know one thing that whenever that HI is that reacts that what would be that byproduct? Sorry, so see, the question now. Is isolated is heated with the THI in the presence of phosphorus. Okay, so indicate which is the structure can represent the. So yeah, he's asking that final product. Yeah, that's it. Chala, ఏమవుతుంది beta? The red phosphorus plus HI can behave as what that reducing agent. That reducing agent can releases that nascent hydrogen. Okay, na? Nascent hydrogen is that mostly is that attack it where branches are that unsaturated. Huh? Only unsaturation. Don't forget that one. Only unsaturation. Carbon ki matrame it is going to be attacked. So attack change. One hydrogen can attack to this carbon and another one can attack to this carbon. Then what would be that final product? Hmm? What is that final product? चलो, guess that CH3. ఆ CH కాస్త CH2 అవుతుంది. డబుల్ బాండ్, సింగిల్ బాండ్, one more H. Okay. CH3 and CH2, CH3. Chalo. Where is that? This is the product. So which option? Which option? Chalo, check it 1 second. No. 1, 2, 3. 3 methyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentane. Where is the 3 methyl pentane? Chalo, guys. This is the first option. See, don't forget here the double bond is there. 3 methyl ki malli double bond ichadandi. Second option kaadu. Okay, here iodine is there. Third option is also not the right choice. Here it is also a double bond is there and that iodine is no. No. So only first option. Clear? Chalo. Next. Next one. Mm, Fourth one. It's also okay. Theoretical question. Let us. So, what is the best anti-knock agent? Yeah, anti-knock agent అంటే మనం గుర్తొచ్చేది ఏంటి బట్ కంపల్సరీ tetraethyllead. That's it. Tetraethyllead is used as that anti-knocking agent. And the anti-knocking knock means what? Like that, it should be used in that vehicles engines. Okay, now. Chalo. Next, that much is that enough. What is it? That anti-knocking agent. It is used in that petrol, like that moped, like that old type of that petrol vehicles. Before going to fill up that fuel in that petrol bunks, they used to add that one oil type. Isn't it? Not just imagine that one. Okay, just one packet type of that oil will be there. First they added. After that they will fill the fuel. So which it is that used like that metallic sound. Okay, na sound రాకుండా it can be help. Chalo, next. Branched hydrocarbon. What is the next question? The commercial gasoline, the type of that hydrocarbon. Which one is that commercial? So compared to straight chain and that linear at the toluene, only that branched type of that hydrocarbon. Okay, is that most and that most preferable? What? Commercial gasolines. Do you know why? Is that branched hydrocarbons? Because that branched hydrocarbons are volatile, more volatile. Volatile means what, beta? Can change their physical state. Volatile means can change their physical state. But physical state another change అవుతుంది. Okay. So that's why that mostly that branched chain of that hydrocarbons are used as that commercial gasolines. Means yeah, like that fuels. Okay, clear? Chalo. Next one. Question number 6. What is that? Which of the following reaction is that expected to readily means that like that easily, gives a hydrocarbon product as a good yield? Means which just is asking that which is that better method to prepare mm, to prepare a what hydrocarbons. Chalo, RCO okay means RCO okay. What is that RCO okay means that like this the R means like CS3. I'm writing CO oh, 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 something is happening. Okay. Okay, CS3, COO, sodium or that potassium should be taken. Sodium or potassium. Okay, chalo. అప్పుడు ఏంటి పెట్టా ఏమంటారు కాంపౌండ్ ని sodium or potassium. It looks like the CR like this one. The COOR means that ester. Ester is sufficient beta OA. Ester is sufficient OA. Then sodium or potassium, two carbons are there. And two means ethanoate. Okay. So here potassium is given. So potassium alkanoate అని అంటాం దీన్ని జనరల్ గా. when it undergoes that oxidation, okay, electrolysis అన్నాడు. Okay. So, अरे यार, this is nothing but that coal-based electrolysis. Yeah, just to please check out your that notes, class notes. Okay. So coal-based electrolysis is that good method. That's it. That's simply. ఇదేంటి సిల్వర్ సాల్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్యాటీ యాసిడ్ అంటారు. ఓకే, దీని ద్వారా మనకి అంత రాదు ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ అయోడిన్ అండ్ సిల్వర్. ఓకే, ఇదేంటిది సిఎస్ త్రీ మీన్స్ దట్ ఆల్కేన్ ని హాలోజినేషన్ చేస్తుంటే నో, దిస్ ఇస్ దట్ రాంగ్ ఆప్షన్ బ్రో. ఓకే, here directly actually that which are the following reactions that expected to readily use that hydrocarbon. Here is already given that hydrocarbon ni chlorination cheste we will get what, tell me. Hmm? Rx type of that compounds is obtained, isn't it? So third option is the wrong. Identity diethyl chloro. It is that secondary. This one is also Rx, but what type of Rx? This carbon is going to be connected with that another two carbons. So that means it will be the T degree Rx when reacts with that ethyl alcohol. Mhm. This is also not that good method. You can check out that notes class notes. Okay, na? So the first one is that better method. Okay, ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తాం? CR CO. Okay. When that undergoes oxidation or that electrolysis. Electrolysis అంటే must and should be, we need to get that H2O undergoes electrolysis. Chalo. Chalo, what happens beta? So in that electrolysis, first this compound should be taken, that 2 moles. So this R and RR will be obtained, means alkane. Form అయింది కదా. ఇంకోటి here COO, like that CO2 is also can be removed. Okay. And here potassium is there. So H2O is that electrolysis means that you know that can be dissociated into H plus. Sorry guys, something is not unable to showing that properly the screen. Okay. So potassium is that reacts with that OH and gives the KOH, potassium hydroxide, and remaining that H plus. So H plus ions is that trying to release as that H2 gas. So you better to balance the reaction. So here this is that better method and good product to yield by the coal-by electrolysis method. So 6 questions are that completed, guys. Okay, just a moment. First of all, that I need to pause that video. After that, I need to clear the page. Hello, guys. Now let us go to that question number 7. Okay, question number 7. That easy question here. In this reaction, that methane is given is the chlorine in the presence of sunlight. Yet the temperature should be maintained 400 to 500 degrees Celsius. Then we got that CS3Cl and HCl. It is an example of is that addition reaction or substitution reaction. Very simple. First of all, this is that hallucination. Okay. So hallucination that CH4, how can we write with a CH3 and a H. Okay. And that chlorine is also we can write like this, like free radical. So hydrogen place low, that chlorine is going to be substituting. So that means it is belongs to that free radical substitution reaction. Clear better? You know better this one. Chalo. So that answer is that 7th one king. 19 second option. Next, 8th one. Propane is that obtained from that propene. Okay. Propane is that obtained from the propene. Propene means like this. CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. This is the propene. ఈ propene by which of the following that method that propene is నుంచి మనం ఏం ప్రిపేర్ చేయాలంటే బట్ ప్రోపేన్ అంటే CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay. So that method, what method is that involving here in that question number that 8? Tell me. Hmm? ఎలా చేస్తున్నట? See that here for this carbon that double bond should be converted to single bond. Here the two hydrogenation means yeah, very simple hydrogen over nickel catalyst means that catalytic hydrogenation in which that one hydrogen can be attacked to that this carbon and another hydrogen can be attacked to this carbon. Then we will get that CH2. So that means very easy question. That's it. Fourth option. It is that catalytic hydrogenation process. Eighth one. Clear बेटा? चलो next. Ninth one. ఏంటి? Number 9. A liquid hydrocarbon can be converted to gaseous hydrocarbon. Is the physical state of that question. ఏంటిది అది? That liquid type of that any hydrocarbon. Liquid hydrocarbon, let us do that one example like C2H4, ethylene. Mostly this is present in that gaseous form, but in that fused state, that ethylene is present in that liquid form also. So then we need to convert into what? Gaseous hydrocarbon. By which method? Hydrolysis and oxidation means loss of reacts with that oxygen. Hydrolysis means that addition of water. Distillation under reduced pressure is converted to ఏదైనా లిక్విడ్ ఉంటే గ్యాస్ లోకి కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? నో గ్యాస్ ని డిస్టిలేషన్ అండర్ దట్ రెడ్యూస్డ్ ప్రెషర్. బట్ వాట్ అబౌట్ దట్ క్రాకింగ్ బెటా? క్రాకింగ్ అంటే ఏంటిది? హీటింగ్ ద కాంపౌండ్. ఓకే, cracking means what? The process of heating the compound of a liquid hydrocarbon should be converted to what is that? A gases. So, Dama, okay, example. Hexane తీసుకో. What is that formula of that hexane? C6, 6 2 is 12 plus 2, so 14. So this is present in that mostly means up to 5 is that gases, we know that. C1 to C5 is that gas. So C6 is that liquid. అందుకే hexane తీసుకున్నాను సార్. hexane ఎందుకు అని మాత్రం so please don't. Okay. So whenever this compound is that heated, then what happens with it? గ్యాస్ రావాలి కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీ ఒకటి ఈథేన్ ఇది C2H4 is that gas and that remaining what? C4H. What about that hydrogens? C4H10. 10 plus 4, 14. Yes, balanced. So here this is that gas. Okay. So that first option is the right answer. Next, 10th one. Which of the following is not formed by the reaction of chlorine on CH4 in the Perrier halogenation? Easy question, isn't it? So which of the following compound is not formed? He is asking about that not formed. Any form కాదండి. కదనే? Which one? CH3CH6. Yeah, I will explain. CH4 when reacts with that chlorine in the presence of sunlight. First it gives that CH3Cl and loss of what? HCl. Chalo. Malli din compound and again it is undergoes that chlorine in the presence of sunlight. In form of the removal of another HCl. Then what type of the compound is formed? CH2Cl2. The CH3Cl is that form అయింది కదా. Okay, ఇది form అయింది. Okay. And again this CH2Cl2 is again reacts with that chlorine and removal of HCl. Chalo, what type of compound? CHCl3. Okay. This compound is again undergoes that chlorination in the presence of sunlight. H nu. Last, it will give that CCl4 and removal of that HCl. We are already practiced in that class. So when that methane is undergoes that chlorination, we will get these products CH3Cl, CH2Cl2, CHCl3, CCl4. మరి ఏది ఫామ్ కాదంటే బట? Which of the following is not formed? Okay. So the reaction of chlorine by CH4. Okay, ethane ఫామ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ because it is 2 CH3 అది ఇలా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది బట. Hmm? CH4. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. So CH4 it undergoes that uh, free radical, na? Like that methyl free radical. See here. ఇక్కడ ఇంతకుముందు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. See, otherwise that I will try to write that one more. CH4 means CH3 like that H we can write, isn't it? When reacts with that chlorine and that free radical hallucination. Okay. Removal of this one CH3Cl is obtained. चलो CH3 means this is the chain initiation. In the chain propagation step, see, when one methyl, no, no, chain termination, when one methyl free radical is combines with that another methyl free radical, it gives what? CH3CS3. Now, beta? Hmm? Chain termination step, last mechanism. Isn't it? Na? So, this one is also chances are there to possible. But propane the 3 CH3Cl is obtained, CHCl3 chloroform కూడా ఫామ్ అయిందంటే ఇది ఫామ్ కాదు. అంటే దిస్ ఈస్ దట్ ఆన్సర్. దిస్ కాంపౌండ్ is not going to be not formed. Clear? Easy question only. Chalo. Which of the following statement is that not true for that ethane? Ethane formula C2H6. Otherwise, it simply we can write as CH3 CS3. ఏంటి క్వశ్చన్ ఏమంటున్నాడు విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ట్రూ ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ అబౌట్ ఫాల్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్ చలో ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి క్లోరినేటెడ్ విత్ దట్ క్లోరిన్ ఎస్ జస్ట్ లైక్ దట్ మీథేన్ లైక్ దట్ ఈథేన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో అండర్గోస్ దట్ రియాక్ట్స్ విత్ దట్ క్లోరిన్ ఓకేనా అంటే ఇది ఓకే ఇది కరెక్టే నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ వన్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి catalytically hydrogenated. Yeah, ethane is what type of that hydrocarbon? Like it is that alkanes. I mean, that saturated or unsaturated? Saturated. So mostly unsaturated hydrocarbons is only participate in that catalytic hydrogenation. Quarter two, what is that? Unsaturated. Just a moment, beta. Okay, let us continue. So mostly we know that catalytic hydrogen mission was better like this that unsaturated with the double bond of carbon or that carbon-carbon triple bond undergoes that catalytic hydrogenation. One carbon here like this. Then the double bond compounds can be converted into the single bonded. And here the triple bond. First the triple bond compounds can be converted to double bond. And again it is that catalytic hydrogenation. Then the double bond is converted to single bond. But here it can be catalytically hydrogenated and which one? Ethane. Ethane is that saturated and the single bonded molecule cannot undergo. So this is the wrong statement. I mean, this is the right answer because here we need to find out that not true. So this is not true. Next, when it is oxidized, the products, yes, any hydrocarbon, it undergoes that oxidation. It gives that CO2 and that water molecule, we know that. And it is a homologue of isobutane. Ethane is that homologue of isobutane. Addela. Let us see. Mm, it's not really. Just, yeah. Oh, oh, it is that kindness. Mm. So, ఏమంటున్నాడు isobutane. How can we write that isobutane? Like CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. Yes, yes, yes. See, this is the CH3, CH3, ethane, and this is also, yeah, can undergo so like CH3 and transpose. ఇక్కడ కూడా free valency ఉంది, isn't it? So, this is an that homologue of that isobutane. Good part. Okay, excellent. Keep the star mark for this one. But answer is the second option. Okay. Next. Hint beta is the petroleum refining is, yeah, this is the basic question. No need, just you can directly check out that answer. Okay. Next. Question number 13 one. What is that? I'm mixing an alkane with chlorine and irradiating with that ultraviolet light is that reacting, yeah. Means UV light, it forms only one monochloroalkane. Then that alkane is, yes, excellent question. Like this type of the question is that previously is already given in that JEE mains and that NEET. Okay. Question number 13. ఏమంటున్నాడు నాన్న? Uh, on mixing an alkane with that chlorine. See, here I am taking that chlorine in the presence of what ultraviolet at that H nu means that sunlight, yeah. Okay. Irradiating with that ultraviolet light. It forms only that one monochloroalkane. Okay. Okay, okay, monochloroalkane should be obtained. Monochloroalkane. Okay. Hmm. See, ఇప్పుడు CH3, CH2, Cl is there. See, guys, that suppose if this compound is reacts again that chlorine, one more chlorine is that possible to form over here, na? Means then instead of that monochloro, then it will give the dichloro. Are you following? Na? అంటే ఇలా ఫామ్ కాకూడదు. Not like this. మరి ఏంటి ఆల్కేన్ ఏంటి అంటాడు? Propane formula, like we can write CS3, CH2, CS3. So here one chlorine is possible, or here one chlorine is possible, isn't it? Na? So this is not the right answer. Next, pentane. Yes, the pentane is also can chlorine can be attacked on that first carbon, yeah, third carbon, yeah, fourth, yeah, first and that fourth. Okay, is not possible. Isopentane means that 2 degree. Yeah, neopentane means that 4 degree. Let us see that neopentane. So how to write that neopentane? One carbon should attach with that another four carbons. That is nothing but that neopentane. Hana, like this, like this, and like this. Hana, so this is known as the neopentane. It is a 4 degree carbon. Oh no, sorry. So when the 4 degree carbon is undergoes that chlorination, ఏమవుతుంది బేట రిమూవల్ ఆఫ్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి chlorination లో we need to remove that one hydrogen and that one chlorine. But which hydrogen should be removed? This is that 4 degree carbon is not there now. So that means we need to remove some over here. Okay, means beta elimination type. So CH3, how can we write CH2H? So this hydrogen can be removed by that one chlorine. Two chlorines are there na, yeah. So one chlorine is that removed with the H HCl. That removed can attack over here. So that product is chances are there to form only one product only like this. Not possible for another chlorine. So this is the answer. So neopentane. Clear, beta? Chalo. Next. So option is that fourth option is that right answer. Clear? Next. 14th one. Let us see. Iodoethane. What is that? Iodoethane. So how can we write that iodoethane? 14th. Ethane means C2H5. This is that iodoethane. Okay. When reacts with that sodium in the presence of dry area, sodium in the presence of dry, there is nothing but that Woods reaction. When iodoethane, then what is that product? Chalo, get changed. These are and like two equivalents of this that Rx can be taken and C2H5 when reacts with that sodium metal and again we need to write like this one and we need to remove this one. Just I'm trying to explain that very speed mode. So C2H5 is combined like that four carbons means that butane is obtained. That is that answer. Clear? Okay. Next, 15th one. Okay. Next. 15th one. What is the final product of complete oxidation of hydrocarbon? Tell me. And complete oxidation of hydrocarbon. The final product of complete oxidation. If any hydrocarbon combustion with the అంటే అది యాసిడ్ ఆల్డిహైడ్ నో H2 and CO2 should be obtained. So this is the right answer. That's it. Next, 16 to 1. ఓకే ఏం అడుగుతున్నాడు ఆల్కేన్స్ ద బాండ్ యాంగిల్ ఈస్ ఏంటి బేటా alkanes means is undergoes that which hybridization sp3 hybridization sp3 hybridization ki bond angle ఎంత బట్ యాక్చువల్ గా 109 degrees 28 minutes అంట but okay 109 degrees is only but 109.5 so we can prefer the first option 109.5 this is that exact okay and 180 degrees for home alkynes because it is that linear 120 degrees for the incubator sp2 hybridization count so that answer should be 16 to 1 okay first option chalo next 17 to 1 72 అంటే in the reaction cs3br sodium and again Arya Wood's reaction that's it easy na easy na ana aya na chalo next 18 to 1 beta see the decreasing order of boiling point the decreasing order of boiling point this is that completely is the direct question from that physical properties okay ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు చెప్పండి గెట్ చేయండి 18 to 1 the decreasing order of boiling point that means నార్మల్ చైన్ లో ఉన్నది నార్మల్ చైన్ కంటే బ్రాంచ్డ్ చైన్స్ branched chains is having that more boiling point because that more surface area and branched chain ki untundi beta see you can look after our that class notes for that branched chain the surface area is that is less so it requires that less boiling point but what about here for that linear chains kante n pentane normal isopentane means 2 degree neopentane iso means 3 degree or 2 degree neopentane means that 4 degree so here that branches is for the neopentane ki ela rastam beta branches see 4 branches are there like so more number of that branches less number of that boiling point so obviously that first option next by Wood's reaction a mixture of methyl iodide ఏంటది methyl iodide and ethyl iodide ethyl iodide అంటే ఏంటి బేటా C2H5I is gives ఏమంటున్నారు క్వశ్చన్ అసలు 19 okay by Wood's reaction a mixture of methyl iodide and ethyl iodide acha different type of that alkyl groups is taken you got that okay then what type of that by Wood's reaction a mixture of the compound is asking you it is the butane ichche chance unda yes isn't it now so what type of that compound is that possible as that product beta cs3 is possible means this one is combines both మళ్ళీ ఇది నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొకటి ఏం పాసిబిలిటీ అయ్యే ఉంది C2H5 and C2H5 is the chances next one this C2H5 is combined with that CS3 means CS3 and C2H5 means propane ethane and butanes are possible अरे यार butane ethane propane mixture of that above the three in that option go for that fourth option clear chalo next question number 20 okay methane and ethane both can be obtained in a single step క్వశ్చన్ బాగుంది ఏంటిది అది మీథేన్ ఫామ్ కావాలట need to be form that methane as well as that ethane both ఇలా methane and ethane can be obtained in a single step not several step అంటే hallucination అర్థమవుతుంది several ఇగో where is that methane and methane అంటే CH4 ఇలా ఫామ్ కావాలి సి చూద్దాం ఫస్ట్ సింగిల్ స్టెప్ యార్ దట్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ దిస్ ఇస్ దట్ PYQ క్వశ్చన్ యార్ యా ద ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ ఆల్రెడీ అడిగాడు నీట్ లో జేఈ మీన్స్ లో నాట్ షూర్ బట్ దట్ PYQ లో అయితే ఉంది methane and ethane both can be obtained in a single step ఎలా ఇప్పుడు మీథేన్ రావాలి అంటే ఇక్కడ ఆప్షన్స్ CS3I మిథైల్ అయోడైడ్ ఓకే Reacting with that whom we will get that methane, CH4. That means this iodine should be removed. Kada? అంటే రిడక్షన్ రియాక్షన్ చేయాలి అంతేగా జింక్ ఓవర్ HCl, isn't it Anna? It gives nascent hydrogen. One hydrogen can react with that CH3 to give that CH4, and that another hydrogen can react with that iodine and form HI. Yes, CH3 అయితే అయితే మీథేన్ వచ్చింది. మరి అదే CH3 అయితే అంటే you got the question బట్ అంటే when you select this option, with the help of this option, you need to get that same methane as well as that ethane. You got that? Okay, and from that methyl iodide under reduction, reducing with that what zinc over HCl, we got that methane. చలో ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఈథేన్ ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తాం యార్ వెరీ సింపుల్ వుడ్స్ రియాక్షన్ యార్ CH3I when reacts with that sodium metal, the presence of dry ether, Hana, and again that one more compound. Chalo, removal of this one, then combine this one CH3, you got that ethane. So I think that first option is that right answer. Isn't it na? Ethyl iodide నుంచి వస్తుందా? ఇథైల్ ఐయోడైడ్ నుంచి బ్యూటేన్ వస్తుంది కాదు. C2H5OH ఇథైల్ ఆల్కహాల్, ఆల్కహాల్స్ నుంచి C2H6 ఈథేన్ వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. CH3OH ఓన్లీ మీథేన్ వస్తుంది బట్ ఈథేన్ it won't come from this side. So that first option is that right answer. Clear? Chalo. Next, 21. Which of the following does not react with the PCl5? మనకి లేదు కదా. రెడ్యూసింగ్ ఏజెంట్ ఆల్కెన్స్ లో ఇంకాస్త డీప్ గా వెళ్ళాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ డస్ నాట్ రియాక్ట్ విత్ దట్ PCl5? ఏది? మోస్ట్లీ ఆల్కహాల్స్ మీన్స్ యార్ carbonyl compounds can easily react with that PCl5 అంటే this is also reducing, but alkanes no. C2H6 ethane do not react. గుర్తుపెట్టేసుకోండి PCl5. Direct alkane do not undergo that reduction with that PCl5. మరి ఏమవుతుంది లైక్ RX కానీ, ఓకే, like ROH, alcohols, okay, like acids, RCOH means that all that carbonyl groups like RCHO is also carbonyl compound. Thank you. So fourth option. Next question number 22. Which represents that alkane? Yeah, very simple. You go that according to the general formula, alkane ki general formula is CnH2n plus 2. ఇక్కడ n వాల్యూ 5 ఇచ్చాడు. ఓకే, C5 హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఎన్ని ఉండాలి బేటా? 5 to the 10 plus 2 12 ఉంది, కానీ ఇక్కడ 8 ఉంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ నాట్ దట్ ఆల్కేన్. అలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా? దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ దట్ ఆన్సర్. చాలా నెక్స్ట్ question number 23. Which of the following are the highest percentage of hydrogen? Percentage of hydrogen. Okay, good question. It's not covered in that class, but okay, we can discuss here. Which of the following are the highest percentage of hydrogen? See, for this one, the percent of hydrogen we can find out as mass of hydrogen and the total compound of mass, means mass of compound. Clear? Mass of hydrogen and mass of compound. Percentage is asking na 100. Chala. First, which compound, which of the following are the highest? First, let us get that CH4 తీసుకున్నాం first option. Okay. Chalo, what is that mass of hydrogen beta? How many hydrogens are there? 4. So 4 by what is that mass of compound? Means total molecular weight of the compound. Carbon atomic weight is the 12. 12 plus 4, 16. And 4 by 16 into 100. Isn't it? ఎంత వస్తుంది అన్న? 4 ones are 4 fours are 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means that 0.25. 0.25 into 100 means 25%. Okay. అలాగే find out the C2H4. బి C2H4 కి ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసేసుకోండి. How many mass of that hydrogens beta? 4. This one is also having a 4 by now the mass of that hydrogen C2H4 that molecular mass ఎంత beta carbon the 12 12 to the 24 24 plus 4 28 into 100. Yeah, no need to calculate because at 4 by 16 only, if it got a 25, then by 4 by 28, we got that less than the 25, obviously. So think logical. Okay? Second option, I think, because that we here we need to find out that highest only. So out of A and B, A will be that highest. Hmm? Next, yeah, very simple. Increasing in number of the carbons and hydrogen, decreasing in the percentage of hydrogen. That's it. So simple. Okay. And mostly that first option is only that one. Okay, guys, like that. If you want, just you can go to that fourth option. C2H2 you find out change to the D C2H2. What is the mass of hydrogen? 2 only. So 2 by what is the mass of compound? C2H2 ki carbon atomic weight is that 12. 12 to that 24. 2 by 24 into 100. Let us see. And only 1 ja 12 ja. 1 by 12 into 100. Twice 1 by 4 antene 0.25. Then 1 by 12 means that inka takku vastund. Isn't it? Isn't it or not? Let us check if you want. 1 by 12. ఎంత వస్తుంది బేట 1/12 అని అంటే సి 1/12 పాయింట్ క్యాన్సల్ పాయింట్ పెట్టుకొని జీరో పాయింట్ క్యాన్సల్ 0 0 యార్ 12 ఎట్స్ 12 నైన్స్ అయిపోతుంది 12 ఎట్స్ అంటే 0.08% అంటే వెరీ లెస్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ కదా సో దట్స్ వై ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ ఇస్ దట్ రైట్ వన్ వెరీ గుడ్ సో దిస్ ఈస్ దట్ ఫార్ములా టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ దట్ ద పర్సంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ ఇలా కూడా అడగొచ్చు ఇప్పుడు వాట్ ఈజ్ విచ్ ఆర్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ as దట్ హైయెస్ట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్ బదులు కార్బన్ కూడా అడగొచ్చు మేడం అప్పుడు దెన్ హౌ కెన్ యూ రైట్ దట్ ఫార్ములా దట్ మాస్ ఆఫ్ ద కార్బన్ బై టోటల్ మాస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ కాంపౌండ్ ఇంటూ 100 అలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసుకోండి క్లియరా చలో నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 24 hydrocarbon one hydrocarbon is that given chalo oh just a moment. I need to remove this one. Chalo, now come to the point. Question number 24. Yeah, hydrocarbon A. Okay. A is that one hydrocarbon. Okay, na? A is one hydrocarbon. Is reacts with that bromine. Is reacts with that bromine by substitution. Okay. అంటే ఇది హాలోజనేషన్ అన్నట్టే కదా టు ఫార్మ్ ఆన్ ఆల్కైల్ బ్రోమైడ్ ఏం ఫామ్ అవుతుంది ఆల్కైల్ బ్రోమైడ్ మీన్స్ ఆర్బిఆర్ ఇస్ ఫార్మ్స్ విచ్ బై వుడ్స్ రియాక్షన్ which by Wood's reaction this one when alkyl halide by that Wood's reaction is converted to gaseous hydrocarbon. Gaseous hydrocarbon gases అంటే కంపల్సరీ C1 to C4 ఉండాలి అంతేగా అంతేగా ఓకే ఇక్కడ is already two carbons one carbon two carbons so all are okay gases కి సంబంధించిన అవే ఉన్నాయి so which by Wood's reaction is converted to gaseous hydrocarbon containing less than 4 carbon atoms less than 4 carbon atoms ఇది ప్రొడక్ట్ ఫామ్ కావాలట అలాగా అరే యార్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ అండర్ దట్ వుడ్స్ రియాక్షన్ ఇక్కడ 2 carbon కాంపౌండ్స్ కాస్త ఏం ఫామ్ అవుతుంది బెట 4 carbon కాంపౌండ్స్ అంటే బట్ హియర్ సి సింపుల్ లాజిక్ నో నీడ్ టు go to that mechanism just by checking that few questions better by checking that options only we will get the answer see he's asking about that less than that 4 carbon atoms as a compound a product is asking see whenever this compound there is 2 carbon compound ఉంది వుడ్స్ రియాక్షన్ ఏమవుతుంది బట్ డబల్ 2 ఈక్వివాలెంట్స్ అంటే 4 carbon compounds will be formed but here we need to find out that less than అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ నో సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ నో థర్డ్ ఆప్షన్ నో Fourth option is, that's it. If you want, just you can check out. Chalo. CH4 ఏముంటుంది ఫస్ట్ బ్రోమిన్ తో రియాక్ట్ చేసి Br2 in the presence of sunlight. What is that? CH3Br. చలో దీన్ని ఇప్పుడు వుడ్స్ రియాక్షన్ చేయమంటున్నాడు. మంచి క్వశ్చన్ బెట. కింద స్టార్ మార్క్. ఓకే. Now this that CH3Br should be Wood's reaction at a sodium metal. Try to get that another CH3. Chalo, loss of this one. Hana. Then we got that CH3 CH3 as that product which is less than 4 carbons. Hana. అంటే ఆన్సర్ అన్నది 4. క్లియర్ బేటా. చలో నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 25. When petroleum is heated, the vapors is contains mainly ఏంటది when petroleum is that heated, the vapors acha. Okay, when kerosene or that with like petrol or any పెట్రోలియం కాంపౌండ్ దాన్ని హీట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ వేపర్స్ ఏదైతే వస్తాయో ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ దట్ వేపర్స్ ఈజ్ కంటైన్స్ మెయిన్లీ ఏముంటుందంట కిరోసినా లేకపోతే పెట్రోలియం ఈథరా డైజిల్ అండ్ మెషిన్ ఆయిల్ యార్ ఈథర్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతాయి అది వేపర్స్ గా ఈథర్ స్టేట్ అంటే కాంపౌండ్ బీస్ ఎందుకు అని అంటే డ్యూ టు ఇట్స్ దట్ లో బాయిలింగ్ పాయింట్ దట్స్ due to low boiling point. The petroleum, whenever is that completely heated, that vapors is contained that as that ethers. Okay, no? The directors. Next, knocking sound is that occurs in that engine when fuel. ఏంటిది బేటా నాకింగ్ సౌండ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ స్టార్ట్ ఎనీ దట్ వెహికల్ 4 wheelers or 2 wheelers, whenever you start that engine, if that engine sound is that coming means that it ignites that slowly annata లేకపోతే ignites rapidly na లేకపోతే contains water whenever it is mixed with that machine oil, that knocking sound if it is that occurs in that engine, that means that when the fuel uh, is ignites that very rapidly చాలా ఫాస్ట్ గా అన్నమాట. మనం ఇప్పుడు 4 wheeler కార్ ఉంది బెట వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ జస్ట్ ట్విస్టెడ్ దట్ కీ అలా సడన్లీ ఏమవుతుంది ఇంజన్ విల్ ద స్టార్ట్ ఇజంట్ ఇట్ నా. సో అప్పుడు మనకు ఒక నాకింగ్ సౌండ్ అన్నది వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా. సో దట్ నాకింగ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్ సడన్ అండ్ దట్ ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ బర్నింగ్ ఇగ్నైట్స్ ర్యాపిడ్లీ అంటే చాలా ఫాస్ట్ గా మనం దాన్ని బంద్ చేసినప్పుడు సడన్ గా లేదా ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ బర్నింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫ్యూయల్ మిక్చర్ దెన్ ఏమిస్తుంది ఒక నాకింగ్ సౌండ్ అన్నది వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా. ఆ నాకింగ్ సౌండ్ రాకుండా ఉండాలంటే వాట్ వి నీడ్ టు యూస్ ఇదిగో దిస్ వన్ టెట్రా ఇథైలిలేట్. దాన్ని ఏమంటా బెట యాంటీ నాకింగ్ ఏజెంట్ అంటాం దీన్ని. టెట్రా ఇథైలిలేట్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ యాంటీ నాకింగ్ ఏజెంట్. క్లియర్. చల్ 27th one. And mixing that tetraethyl lead to that gasoline, ఏమవుతుంది బెట పెట్రోల్ పంప్స్ calorific value of that fuel is increases. calorific value of that fuel increase అవుతుందా కాదు యాంటీనాక్ వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది బెట is that property that fuel is that increases beta property of that fuel. Okay, that property will be increases అంటే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ వర్క్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ will be increases. So whenever that fuel work is that efficiency, then only ఏమంటాం like that it functions good that machinery, isn't it? So దీనికి ఆన్సర్ ఏమి ఇస్తాం బేట 4th ఆప్షన్. నెక్స్ట్ గ్యాసోలిన్ హ్యాస్ ఇస్ ద డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే, ఏంటది గ్యాసోలిన్ హ్యాస్ కాంపోజిషన్ ఏంటిది బేట గ్యాసోలిన్ గ్యాసెస్ అని అంటే మోస్ట్లీ 6 to 8 ఈ కాంపోజిషన్ ని మనం గ్యాసోలిన్ అంటాం. ఓకే, అదర్వైజ్ దట్ యూ బెటర్ టు చెక్ దట్ నోట్స్ లైక్ దట్ RLS where you can find out that complete that composition on which composition it gives that gases or that liquids, okay, solids, everything just you can find out over there. Okay, next question 29th one. ఏంటి 29th one? Petroleum is mainly is mixture of hydrocarbons లో not cycloalkane and benzenide compound or alkenes కాదు నన్ను ఓన్లీ alkanes. Okay. So that a proper mixture of that alkanes, we can get that petroleum. Means that as a energy sources లాగా మనం అది ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తాం. చలో. For this session, only that last 30 questions are that enough. After that, I am going to stop this session. If it is that possible, I will try to make out that one more. Okay, na? One more video. After some time, not now. Chalo. So, question number 30. That anhydrous sodium acetate on heating with soda lime, it gives. Chalo beta. So, anhydrous means what? Absence of water molecule. Sodium acetate. How can we write the formula? Sodium acetate means like this: CH3 COO Na. This is the sodium acetate formula. On heating with దేంతోనట soda lime. Soda lime means what? Huh? NaOH plus CaO on heating. Okay. Yeah, this is nothing but the decarboxylation. Ana, ayana. చలో ఏం చేస్తాం ఇక్కడ నుంచి జస్ట్ వి నీడ్ టు రిమూవ్ దట్ Na2CO3. అవునా Na2CO3 should be removed and this hydrogen is combined with that CH3 and we will get that CH4. Methane. ఎక్కడున్నావు తల్లి ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ isn't it na? So option 30 ki answer methane is the answer. Okay beta, so let us stop this session for that. Meanwhile, if it is that possible, I will try to make out that another video and that I will post. Okay, so till then you better to practice that two more questions. Okay, chalo, done. Bye.